Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to week 2 of Valorant 10 Mans, hosted by the one and only Bruce Almighty. And today we'll be going over these two god-awful teams that is incredibly unbalanced, and we're going to see how this one goes. On the defending side, we have Sova, Reyna, Viper, Breach, and Omen, played by Ramon, Mature Cactus, Sharp Red Lemur, and T-Swish, respectively. On the attacking side, we have Jet, Raze, Yoru, Omen, and Sage, with Kiroto, Spam and Rice, Hubert Humphrey himself, Thorhor, and the last Sasuke. Now, the first map we'll be playing on is Bind. However, as many people know, Bind is a terrible map, as with all of the maps in this game. And this time we'll be starting off with T-Swish as our entry. Fortunately, T-Swish does not appear to know where he wants to go, and is heading up to Heaven on Bind, on A site. Meanwhile, the attackers are going for a site push, what it looks like. But they're mixing it up a little bit. Hubert Humphrey standing still, doesn't know what he's doing. And it appears... there's that too. They don't really know what they're doing. Two of them are AFK. Jet and Race. Still in spawn. Not exactly sure what they're doing. They still have 40 seconds to decide what they want to do. Attacking side, however. Breach is on one side, ready to concuss long. And it appears, switching over to Raze, they're gonna go for an AB push over to Hookah and A short. And it is also worth noting that myself hate this game. I don't like it. This game sucks ass. So, we're gonna get great commentary from here. I don't know the maps. I don't know the callouts. Nobody knows what's happening. These plays that you will see tonight, unreal stuff. Raze is AFK, doesn't know what she's doing. Hubert Humphrey has something ready to go. Looks like a recall, for lack of a better term. We got a Sova line.
Revealing area.
To go. That's already up. T-Swish can't see anything with his opposing Omen smoke in the way. Thorhor is holding the angle, waiting for the attackers to push. But it appears the rest of the attackers are pushing through. And that is the first death of the game, with Kiroto getting 2 shells straight from Sova. Meanwhile,
shadows traveling.
Raze is trying to take over B site by herself. Mr. Spam and Rice taking up the back site. Doesn't know that Reyna's in the back. Reyna doesn't appear to know that anybody was there in the first place. Get another saucy kill.
Spike down A.
Right onto Sage. Is blind now.
Toxin screen down.
Ready to.
30 seconds left.
Viper is doing. We have two attackers remaining. Ray somehow managed to go around the entire site, the entire map, in fact, and gets a right. Unfortunately, cannot aim the classic.
Wrong buddy out. 10 seconds left.
Utility to get these kills. Does have a kill on Sova.
Last player standing.
Viper is down.
Bringing up body bags.
Cut kills. It's a 3. It's already decided to buy the Vandal. Now, what I know about this Breach is this guy very heavy to shoot, very committed to where he's going, but is very willing to be flexible with the rest of his team. However, he has bought a Vandal on round 2 with no utility other than what is left over from last round and light shields. Omen on the attacker, waiting for the blind, getting it prepped.
Cover going out.
Spike down B.
are wiped out.
Last player standing.
And now it's left to just
Flawless.
murdered. Lemur securing another 3, please. And Reyna has spotted a sheriff and prefab. Now there is something that truly nobody knows, and that is whatever the fuck the attackers are thinking of doing right now. Rupert Humphrey himself is trying to think about what is the best place to go. The thing about him is he does like to switch whatever gun he uses every single week, whether it be the Phantom or the Vandal. It's always 50-50, whatever it is. The Sofa lineup with the
Cutting
shotgun.
through.
All it does is Phantom Rice getting the kill off of T-Swish. Good old fine A strat. He does not know where that scan or dart is.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Absolutely whips his Vandal spray. You hate to see it. Ray somehow makes it out alive, almost entirely unscathed with his own Phantom.
Spike's there.
And that is the first round for the attackers on this start. Raze does have his ult ready to go, as does Sofa on the defender side. This time it does look like that the defenders are full stacking A, but it's not switching around, while the attackers are deciding to absolutely bum rush the fuck out of B. Now with Lemur on showers, it looks like he will have to make the long trek around once he figures out what's going on. But as he does like to stick into his sight, he's going to wait for the focus. Somehow
Watching here.
Said Sova ult.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
3v1 with Lemur finally rotating. Couldn't take the teleporter because that's not how it works. They're getting the plant down. Everybody's
planted.
waiting for Hookah. Keeper Humber makes his way up into Hookah. And so much for Lemur's also poor choice of committing to the A showers when absolutely nobody was going there. This time it appears that nobody's taking the spike, and Omen now takes it. And it looks like an A push going through A short. And they have baited Lemur onto the opposite side this time. It's actually a split.
I'll handle this.
At E1. Keep it Humphrey going in with the soap. Locates. Soap.
I'm back.
Both Reyna and Viper are murdered by the Jet. Hubert Humphrey murders Lemur.
Last player standing.
Almost gets killed by that sheriff. Is killed by the classic after she ults. Meanwhile, Sova still
Spike planted.
ice wall. He's baiting for everything. Clicks onto Raze and dinks her one tap in the fucking head. Isn't that something? Imagine getting turned on like that. Great shit. The defenders looking to restack on A with this rest on B. Without the wall coming in from Viper, unless the Viper is lining up the wall right now. But this does look like an A push. Somebody has bought an operator. So it looks like nobody's in for a good time. And it looks like Lemur is about to be shot.
Flash out!
The operator does in fact exist.
Fire in the hole!
Blinding!
Racing absolutely. but actually does in fact manage to secure a kill despite getting shot by the op. We got some with the operator. I mean, the event. Meanwhile, the operator decides to back up, waiting for somebody else to push.
One enemy remaining.
And now, the only person that's left is Sova on the defending side. He gets shot in the abdomen by the operator from Kyoto. Excellent round for the attackers. And this is about how we should expect it to go with these lopsided teams. Reyna does have her ult ready and raring to go. However, she's still stuck in spawn. Not quite sure what to make of it. Does now start to move. Hubert Humphrey ready to push up B long with his only phantom. The operator ready to... He has to go by the ult.
Blocking sight.
Does, however, get dinked down to 10, but the Sage just so happens to be there to heal. Hubert Humphrey, on the other hand, waiting to try and bait Lemur out if he knows that he is there. Does have the Roblox Sheriff, but seems to be waiting for someone else to push. They are
Flash out!
Is murdered by Hubert Humphrey.
Barrier created.
The wall off of CT. Will make it really hard for the defenders to retake this.
They will cover.
Reyna has ulted, but is however moving slow.
We need
Has her first kill. Unneeded ability use.
see nothing. There.
Naruto up on the top with the operator. This is the no-scope.
One enemy remaining.
Slams the no-scope
Outrun
second
me.
shot on Reyna. It is a wonder that the operator still has not been nerfed, despite it being literally the best gun in the game, with so little risk for a lot of reward. Attackers looking to get a split push in on A site and through hookah. Hubert Humphrey waiting for the push for the defenders. However, it does not appear that they are pushing. We have Lemur here waiting. Does get out of there. Looks like Jet was waiting for the push from Lemur, but it's not happening. Unless... No, he's just waiting. Back on B side. The successful diversion was made. Hubert Humphrey making his way to the other side. Lemur does get a
Blinding!
Kirota still holding the operator angle with nobody coming. Reyna up in heaven with the sheriff. Decides to abandon that post and believes that they are rotating. And in fact, they do be rotating.
Here.
They do leave Omen behind, just in case.
30 seconds left.
Does ult onto site, sees everybody there. However, does not appear to communicate that nobody is on A.
Poison orb emitting.
Everybody does a
10 seconds left.
with Thorhor whopping around the other side, looking to get the flank onto the defenders. With 2 seconds left on the clock, there is no time to panic, and that is a 2 win because everybody's so goddamn slow. Omen picking up the spike. Working his way to be short. Hubert Humphrey put the stats in the game. Hubert Humphrey is second frag on the attacker side. It does appear to be liking the Phantom today. However, in the next game, he may switch to the Vandal, as he is 50-50 with these things. Getting the Phantom spray right on CT.
Shot that.
And getting absolutely demolished by that Raze. Raze gets shot in the back. T-Switch gets shot by Hubert Humphrey. Hubert Humphrey has his ult charge, however, with 16 health.
Decoy.
Baiting the walk into hookah and the teleport. However, nobody is playing.
Flash
They were
out.
up in heaven.
Last player
Gets
standing.
absolutely demolished by that arm.
Pathetic.
We now have a murder on our hands after Hubert Humphrey kills that close one, resulting in another attacker. Defender. Attacker. This time they're thinking about going through a short. However, due to the appears to be a lack of communication as four of them are deciding which side they should go on. Hubert Humphrey.
I'll handle this.
This appears to in fact be walking fast. Highlights where Lemur is. Rotating his way to showers. Is AFK and lagging at the same time. Is blind now. T-Swish.
Stealing sight.
Perfect opportunity.
You will not kill
If you
my
watch this
ally.
smoke, you'll see and is killed by Hubert Humphrey. The last two defenders making their way through CT onto A site.
Cutting through.
However, the CT
One enemy remaining.
blocked. Spam the mice, getting multiple kills, and however is killed himself. Kuroto with the operator, waiting for Reyna to push. And it truly will be a wonder if Kuroto does manage to die with the operator. But even if that were to happen, he could just buy one straight up again. And on top of that, he does have his ult, which does make him formidable. Looking to do a split push.
Let's
They're
go.
not quite sure what to do. It does look like they are going to get a split push in on both sides. Going into your hookah.
Get out of my way.
Waiting for the split.
Fire in the hole.
Two ults on the same site. Lands the
Blow you
ult,
up.
shoots. This is fun. However, does get big ironed by T-Swish. Operator down, as well as the ult. We are now securing that operator.
Spike planted.
He's ready to. He's waiting for some. Sage looking at a wall very intently, not quite sure what she's doing.
Clearing out.
Lemur ready and raring to go to see if that they can't break through this. We have Sova spraying absolutely nothing.
Omen
Does
killed.
gap.
One enemy remaining.
Hubert Humphrey looking to get this kill. However, the Omen on the opposite side kills Lemur. And for now,
Last
that
round
no
before
more
the
operator.
switch.
This does, however, with the fact that everybody does have a lot of money, a lot of creds. Operator back in Kuroto's hands. Hubert Humphrey with his Sheriff and Phantom Classic combo.
Gun here.
They do be looking to
Need a drop.
go through either hookah or a short, depending on where the bomb goes. Kuroto waiting to get this operator kill on Lemur. If he does push, who knows what will happen. Lemur running away after buying no utility.
Poison off.
Viper gets demolished after joined by two people at once. Well done. T-Switch panics after the bomb, letting and Raze push at the same time. They're coming up to head. With his Vandal. Does get the kill. Onto Raze.
Spike planted.
Mature Cactus on the opposite side of the map where nobody is.
Taken out.
Cheaper Humphreys.
Let's go!
Through the stun,
Blocking sight.
as well as the concuss,
Blocking
not
sight.
a
No charges left.
this is happening.
One enemy
is on the
remaining.
way, and attempted no scope.
Not your day.
That is a defender
Come here.
win for this round.
One.
With the classic begin.
Switching sides.
Onto Kuroto. That ends the first half of the match. With most people vying for either a ghost or a classic with light shields. It would seem that it is quite the surprise that Spamming Rice has not bought a shorty, despite being that's the only gun that he fucking uses. Sova getting ready for the lineup onto B. Long. Sasuke. Ready to get to swallow. Dorhor with the
Give them no ground.
Smoking. Ready to get the smokes out. Hebron Humphrey with some
Decoy.
going through. Get ready.
Hit the bull.
Does know that Hebron Humphrey is going to push.
Blinding.
It does appear, however, that the
Toxins going up.
does have high average frame. Small body going through the teleporter. Fails.
Spike down B.
Spike down is
One
down
enemy
in
remaining.
Window. There's now one enemy. Viper, holding that one, is murdered by Sage. Kuroto making his way onto the B site. With attackers up here to be going for the B push through hookah and long. Working as a team, working together. With Sova securing this lineup onto B long, while the rest of the team will push in through.
Revealing.
Even changing his mind, deciding to go through B long after the scan reveals nobody there. Reyna pushing in with Omen. Checking corners, seeing that nobody's there through the smoke. On the defender side, it appears that nobody is quite sure what they're doing, as there are 3 people still on A site, even though that is they have Ray's still holding A site by herself. Spike.
Spike down B.
Spamming Ray's working his way through.
There.
Looking to get an angle. Hubert Humphrey trying to get an angle with his Marshall. It is a 5v2 situation. With a murder, onto Kuroto.
Last player
Omen
standing.
is murdered himself.
30 seconds left.
That is the end of Viper through the judge kill. It appears that we have a man down, as the Jet on the defender side is no longer in the game. It appears now this will be a 4v5, which may or may not even the odds a little bit in favor of the attackers. Lemur working his way fast.
Amateur.
Secures the kill.
Flash out.
Headbang. Dorhor murdering him.
Blinding.
Ray's waiting in teleport. Lemur does know that Race is there.
Spike planted.
Spike is down. Lands the kill on Viper. However,
Flash out! Free out!
Kirito has reconnected to the game. With
Here.
bomb being placed on A.
Wall raised. Last player standing.
It is now up to Kirito, who is not knowing the game until now, going to the niche. However, is murdered by the shock arrow. Shock arrow combined with the mistake. Now it appears that the one man carrying the whole team together on the defender side would be Jet. Who else? Nobody else. Maybe trying to coerce his teammates into actually playing the game, which nobody seems to be wanting to do. Hubert Humphrey sending something through B.
Watch this!
Kirito ulting, waiting for the attackers to push. With the Bulldog in Viper's hands, she is waiting for the defenders to push out and is trying to regroup with the rest of the attackers. Lemur does want to finish this go off moment. With a massive rotate coming in. Spamming Rice on his way. Throwing a grenade through the team where nobody is.
Spike down B.
Flicks away to lands the kill. Does get absolutely fucked by that right click. Now, 2v2 situation. However, the fact that Kirito's on one side pretty much makes it a
Gun here.
almost win for the defenders.
30 seconds left. One enemy
That's a
remaining.
kill.
Aw,
And
thought
there it
to
is.
try harder.
Landing the 4K. However, getting the ace stolen. Five to 11 on the scoreboard. Nobody knows what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It appears like Kirito is not sure where the fuck he wants to hold the site from. Drops his gun off like he's the USPS.
Behind
It
me.
does seem that everybody is converging on both sides of the spectrum, with two left behind on
Get it.
Flash out!
It's possible that this hard A push.
Blinding! Flash out!
Hubert Humphrey about to be Mature Cactus working his way through. Ready to take these angles. Sova does manage to get killed by the Sage. They do make their way onto B site. Kirito is their way. Fails the no scope operator off of Lemur. Lemur still kills the vantage way. The defender wall ready to be put into place. With a sweet spot.
One enemy remaining. Your juice spike down B.
Into a question.
Even death cannot.
Despite facing against the third frag on the opposite.
Match
It does
point.
appear, as usual, that Sova and Leech on the
stink.
attacker side does appear to be holding the attacker
There's
side
spaghetti
together.
in your
Without
braces.
them, they would be absolutely nothing. On the defender side, it does appear to be evenly spaced out, more or less. Average stats with a top frag and a bottom frag. Hubert Humphrey. However, they are not quite sure where the attack is going, and are just about to get the rotated. Sova spraying as much as he can with that judge. Sage not quite sure what to do. Backs up, checks showers for the flank. Is not quite sure that they are planning, despite
Spike
double plant
planted.
happening. Sova's drone is coming to
Welcome to my.
Viper does ult, but gets immediately shot in the head by Chirota's operator. Chirota does have the operator angle.
Blocking sight.
He does try to go for the stick. Does get
Blinding! Out of charges.
One enemy remaining.
However, with his intense ping, he's not quite sure what he should do.
Tiptoeing.
However,
They're
does
all
manage to
dead.
secure the win for the attackers with his judge. With the fat BM dropping the operator off of the map because everybody hates that gun. Everybody does want the operator after it's being thrown off the map.
Here.
Kurofta just bought another one though. He has money to spare. His team has been winning this whole time. He has credits to spare.
Shadows traveling.
In a questionable spot for a push. Lemur holding the teleporter flank. Hubert Humphrey making his way downtown. He is walking fast. They are pushing it through. Nobody else on the other side. Hubert Humphrey. He does look like he wants to get this sheriff one tap. Lemur almost gets murdered by Raze, as Raze throws her computer off of the desk. Sova with the spike, not quite sure what he's doing.
I'll handle this.
Isn't quite sure where he wants to go. However, the defenders are making their way back towards A site with Yori ulting. Kurota making his way up to have with the operator. Spike carrier down.
Spike down A. Barrier here.
A little too late on screen. However,
30 seconds left.
with the first half of that fight being a wet noodle fight, nobody is quite sure what the fuck just happened. They're still holding his spot.
Flash out!
From there. Flash is nobody but his teammate. Now just going for the prediction shots.
Blinding!
10 seconds left.
Hubert Humphrey. Going a whole bunch of utilities.
Spike
Spike is
planted.
down. Boomer in heaven. And Viper on site. Doesn't know it there, but is taking one shot just in case. Kurota with the operator. It is important to note that Kurota
One enemy remaining.
does have left. Might die to the bullseye.
Last player
Is
standing.
killed. However, this does lead to loads of time for Hubert Humphrey.
Good try, idiots.
And that
Defenders win.
is the first game
I'm leaving now.
with 1 point.
See you at the next
towards
apocalypse.
The attackers, defenders, nobody knows what's going on. Let sides flip. Let's call it Kurota's team. Unfortunately, nobody has given team names what they want it to be. So we're going to call them the Shitters, hosted by the team captain, no, Lemur, and the Less Shitters, hosted by Kurota. They are switching the map to Icebox, with everybody still in the game. Hasn't left. Spanish Rice also wants to be my co-caster. Switches back to the attacker side. Lemur's still in games because his computer's slower than an anteater, making his way past the watering hole. We have now started the attack onto Icebox. Unfortunately, due to some technical problems, mostly in the name of a certain Omen that I was playing last time. Who knows which one it was? Could have been on either side. I know which one it was, but I'm not going to say. Does slow the matchmaking down a little bit. Lemur cycling through all the operators in the zone. he owns in an attempt to show off how much better he is at the game compared to everybody else. Hubert Humphrey and Sasuke locking in the same operators as last time. On the defender side, nobody's locked in an operator. You're not quite sure. They're thinking of their team comp, of what they want to do. They are communicating, making sure they know who each other's strengths are. Omen picked on both sides, and Cypher picked on the defender side with Viper. Ramon taking on Reyna. Kyoto deciding who he wants to play. Lemur probably going to pick Breach is my prediction because he doesn't know who else to play at the moment, although he does have the mental capacity to play other people.
Select your agent.
They have 9 seconds to pick before we go back in time to the screen, and it appears that Spam and Rice and Lemur are both holding up the party. Lemur locks in with the extra time to pick. Spam and Rice picks Raze. However, this game is slow as shit thanks to Riot servers and didn't show up. The entire same team comp on the attacking side, except for Jet switching to Killjoy. And the mostly same team comp on the defender side, with Reyna switching to Cypher, and Sova switching to Reyna. T-Swish going with their classic light shield meta. In my opinion, I think one of the most interesting players that we will probably see from in this match is Hubert Humphrey, since he absolutely hates this map due to its poor structure and overall cold environment. Even though he does have the aquarium fucking ghost, he can handle deep ocean. Working their way up onto A site. Misses all 3 shots. Shoots down the Cypher cam from mature Cactus.
Time to jump.
Kyoto holding the backside. Making his way back. Hasn't set up any utility yet. Is now planning to do so. Cancels that. Spam and Rise holding the angle for T-Swish. T-Swish is waiting on the opposite side. Attackers get wall coming up. If he had the other opportunity to look up and predict rank
One enemy remaining.
Rank licks. Reyna with the short. However, he is getting pinched by multiple angles. And that is the first round win for attackers. Race sprays on the ground. It's a sign of disrespect and aggressiveness towards the opposing team. Lemur decided to opt in for the shorty rather than any
Right
other
there.
gun in the game.
Right there.
Only utility, no shields.
Right there.
Is saving. Pinging where exactly he wants everything to happen, as if he's the team captain. Viper not living up to the expectations of Lemur.
Decoy.
Hubert Humphrey making his way through mid with the rest of the team. Sasuke making his way through. Spam and Rice is getting gunned down in the street. Hubert Humphrey securing the kill. With everybody else still on A site, they're not quite sure why they're still there, but they are waiting for the push with shorties. However, it is not happening, and they now realize this. Are switching sides. Kuroto waiting.
Spike planted.
Waiting with the Marshall. Didn't appear to hear them. His HyperX Gamer Boost headset is not up to par. They were making his way up to tunnel. Making as much noise as he can. So lands his second shot.
One enemy remaining.
Kills with the Marshall. And lands a
Message.
piece
The
with the
scheiße
Marshall.
hurts.
Securing the round one for the attackers. It's an absolute wonder that nobody is stream sniping at this point. However, it is entirely possible. But if that were the case, on the defending side, they would be winning. However, it is a good thing that there is a stream delay. Who after placing up a fucking turret or something, I'm not quite sure myself. Lemur making his way through the tunnel. Gets his almost steals a kill on Viper. Everybody misses it.
Spike planted.
Spike is down. Everybody rotating on the opposite side.
Last player
Sasuke
standing.
gets murdered in the street. The last player turning at the exact wrong time. Does in fact get overwhelmed by the 5 Bs, but does manage to secure the kill on the team captain of the
Done
Dodgers.
here. The spike is defused.
And that is no defender win.
I need this.
Appears to be a little bit of discourse between Lemur and
I need
Swish.
this.
However, this is normal since they are in a domestically abusive relationship. If you have anything to say to them, I will make a note reaching out to them. Viper lining up the wall. Raise ready to do his best. Entry
There.
and then die.
Satchel out.
Hardcoring all the way up there. Puts the gun away. No goddamn reason at all other than to see more than the screen that he needs to. Absolutely no reason for him to have his melee out. He does get murdered in the street.
Spike down, B. Last player standing.
Is now Killjoy all by himself. Killjoy not exactly sure. He does get killed by the Reyna. Picking up the map with T-Swish. It appears that this could be a 50-50 game. It could go either way for teams. Excuse me. Since nobody likes this map, since it's the worst map ever designed in the history of any FPS. Attackers looking to push on the A site with Spam and Rice holding the backside, ready for the point with the Viper short.
Who's next?
Viper does manage to get the lucky headshot off of Lemur. Lemur
Shadows
has
traveling.
everything on his desk onto the board.
Can't
You
go.
should run.
Reyna looking in,
Spike planted.
waiting to see if anybody else is going to peek out. The detained
Recalling my bot.
bot.
One enemy remaining.
There was no way he could have come out of there
There.
alive. With 2 people gunning for him and the bomb buddy about to explode. Spamming race. Appears to be wanting to become an acrobat, practicing his jumps. Looking at the wall, wishing he could get out of this map.
Let's make him dance.
Wanting to shoot everybody else on his team. Random running for somebody else up the shell. However, this time it is smoke, so nobody else will see that. Spam the rest. Reyna does get gunned down by Hubert. Managed to get the turn on off of T-Switch. And there's a keep in front of us. However, he has embarrassed himself.
One
by
enemy
himself.
remaining.
Cypher himself gets killed by Sasuke.
Spike
And now, as
planted.
the last person left alive, is the team captain at the back of the map, as usual, away from the rest of his team. Wanting to get this kill, does know exactly how Kirota plays, has played with him for since the game released.
Flash out!
Ganning is blind, however, is blinded himself.
Blinding!
Where to shoot? Blinds. Misses.
Flash out!
Free. Almost missing the Vandal spray. It is a wonder how we managed to even secure that kill in the first place. Ray's ready and waiting with grenade. Sage waiting on the other side. However, there is already no time for the defuse. And is killed. Defenders, attackers.
Last player
Are
standing.
murdered by the Big Bang. It's spam and rice. Bye. Bye is the only phantom. Now I was talking with some of the other players on this team, some of the other players in the match, specifically most T-Swish and Mature Cactus on the defender side. It appears we haven't seen the strat that they were talking about, which was all judges full rush pushing. We still have time to see that before the match ends.
Camera taken out.
As soon as the camera's deployed, it is shot. With more action going on, nowhere actually.
Here.
Get on free baiting and then running away to rejoin his team. Spam and rice with the spike. Still, he is planting up top. Multiple murders occurring. Kirota holding this angle. Really to give a shit. Reyna pushing up through heaven. To see if Kirota will push out.
Found them.
Getting murdered by me.
Blinding!
Everybody holding the backside.
Last player
All three
standing.
blinds. Gamer is murdered. They are getting this.
One enemy
And
remaining.
that is a
Clutch.
And it's so close yet so far. Everybody dies. Though a good attempt made by Riz to get out of there.
I need
Unfortunately,
this.
there was not enough time. Raze also did in fact happen to land the 4K on that round, inflating his ego enlarged to what can only be described as gigantic proportions. Almost as if red is rising after being led to set. Kirito mushing his way up to mid. Nero running away since he knows that he's outgunned no matter what. Does manage making his way back to mid since nobody else is there. Hubert Humphrey kills Reyna. Lemur is killed by Hubert Humphrey. He's not quite sure where to shoot. Lemur is killed himself. Making his way back. A questionable recall on his side. Kirito. Not quite sure where to set up his... Due to his indecision, he is killed.
Last player
The
standing.
worst decision you could possibly make is not making a decision. Any decision in this case could be a good decision. Inaction will only lead you...
One enemy remaining.
Your character is getting shot in the back, and that is another win for the attackers. Now it is a question to ask. Are there going to be any action for them, since they are getting dogged on so hard? Unfortunately, no, because nobody else wants to get banned, and these are all their main accounts. So, if you are interested in hacking them, I would recommend them.
Cover going out.
Lemur waiting, with his mobile on, and
Dusted.
does manage to get to the
You will not kill my ally.
Nobody quite sure what's going on. Yoro making his way, is going to make his way up through mid.
I'm back.
Catches Cypher looking at his phone when he should be paying attention to the game. You're reliving his strategy. Heroes are setting up all the bots. This time, making a decision that is doing nothing.
There. Cutting their vision. Last player standing.
Raise and lands the ultimate kill. And dogs on the ring. Now it is widely known that there is a killing feuds that go on within Valorant, as in through multiple teams, multiple players. Well, the main feud that I happen to see is either through Lemur and his own team in T-Swish, or in Lemur and Raze. Spam and Rice. They've had a long going feud on for some time, and Raze is absolutely looking to dog on Lemur as much as he can in order to show him up. Raze pushing in through A, coming up onto the stairs. I don't know the call-outs. Proto gets the fucking
Let's go!
does ult. Fails to secure the kill.
Flash out!
Does his back. And gets sandwiched by multiple attackers. Proto is killing himself. Mature cracks making his way up with the judge. Reyna holding the Vandal. Getting the plant down. Now this wouldn't be a normal
Planted.
operation for the Reyna to do of any pro league. However, Reyna decided not to spray the box, where the bomb was almost absolutely
One enemy remaining.
is get killed by Reyna in the back. Raze, excuse me. Raise up. However, Keeper Humphrey gets his wrong kill. If Phoenix were in this game, that would be called embarrassing. Keeper Humphrey has activated hacks, however, since he does have the Reaper Vandal, which almost means that he will get 3 to 5 kills on this match.
Cutting through.
Setting up a teleport. Lemur up on the ropes.
Blinding!
Raze panicking after getting shot once.
Bomb back Last player
He
standing.
does get shot in the side. And is now pinched by the last of the attackers. This now is a 2-9.
Last round in the half.
2-9 with 2 for the defenders. Excuse me. Yes, that's right. 2 for the defenders, not for the attackers. Because this map is so poorly made, poorly imbalanced, it does allow for the easier attacking of the attackers, believe it or not. However, this is also a question of skill gap. Here with Humphrey ready to reprise his role with the Reaper Vandal.
Initiated.
Onto A. After this fight, trying to draw people out. Since this is a bait play to draw as many people as you can onto A.
Spike planted.
However, if the plant happened on B site, everybody's now rotating. Some going through mid, some going in through CT. Sasuke lands the kill on Omen. Even Humphrey in the back with the Reaper Vandal. Doing some sort of shinobi shit. Not quite sure where to spray, where to shoot.
One enemy remaining.
Lemur is still up there. It is now 2v1 situation with
One enemy remaining.
with a 4K happening. If he had controlled the shots, it is entirely possible that he would have secured that round. However, Ace
Switching
is shut down
sides.
by the Reyna. Reyna absolutely in awe as she was able to stop the Ace from happening, as well as secure the round.
There.
Spam and Race bouncing around as if
Turret out.
he's not quite sure what to do. He's bouncing around, trying to speed himself up. For the attackers, going in through mid. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Going in through mid with the one Viper on. Reyna getting one.
Dead.
No really quite sure what's happening. He's killed through smoke.
Spike down B.
Ray's making his way. Going in through the backside, Hubert Humphrey. Looking to get the shot onto anybody he can see. However, he is not quite sure where.
One enemy remaining.
He's not quite sure.
Out of charges.
Somehow, due to the fact that Lemur had stated and decided not to shoot, he did cost them the round. They could have secured that kill if he decided to shoot. But rather
I get
by
a
not
drop?
shooting, he absolutely was murdered. Ray's asking for a drop. Receives the Odin from who knows.
Can I
Not
get a
quite
drop?
sure.
Thanks. Can I get a drop?
Omen's ready to play smokes.
Placing
This
sentry.
is ever a hard A push from the attackers. Pushing the last light shields. Killjoys. Lot is destroyed. We're backing up because he is scared of what is going to happen. He was absolutely laying out Cypher with the Odin. This does appear that it will be a rotate.
Opponent
However,
secured.
nobody is quite sure.
Last player
There's a
standing.
lot of gunfire. I can't switch buttons fast enough. You guys didn't get a good angle. Nobody cares. It is not 11. Green 11 with Sage and Reyna on top of the boards, respectively. The attackers, at this point, extremely discouraged. It could be that they are now playing for the spawn strat, waiting for the defenders to push up, and absolutely gunning everybody else down. However, the timer is not moving, so nobody knows what is happening in the game. It appears that the round is not going to start. However, I have just realized that this is in fact a timeout on both teams. They are getting in for a team huddle, with Reyna not quite paying attention.
Right there.
Are planning to go towards B if they so choose. This team huddle looking very, very
Right there.
talkative. However, the user Discord does nullify this. Everybody questionable on what they think they're doing. Nobody's quite sure when the timer is supposed to end. Timer is off. And the game is about to continue. They are going for a hard push. With 3-11 on the board, it is impossible to think that there would not be doubt in the attackers' minds. However, with this enhanced coordination from the timer, it is possible. Using keep it on.
Spike down B.
With the Reaver Vandal. Lemur securing the kill on kind of.
Portal closed.
One enemy remaining.
He is looking to secure this kill.
Good fun as hell.
As we all know, Reaver Vandal is the best battle skin in the game. It does give you superpowers. If you find yourself
Match
having
point.
absolutely dog shit before, sit here behind your advantage. Your gameplay will improve immensely. With 3-12 on the board, after the timeout with the decided to push onto B, there was no win for the attackers. And this does appear to be
Time to jump.
2-win for the defenders on the side. Even if you're ready to make things way from mid as fast as he can. They are going to
Flash
hard
out.
onto A.
Blinding.
Sage is off on top, waiting for somebody to push out. As soon as all of these folks does get the kill on the spike.
Spike down A.
Spike is down. Lemur under.
Last player standing.
Unfortunately, his
Flawless.
and that is a flawless
Defenders win.
on that round, resulting in a defender win. And that is the game, folks. With the less shitters absolutely demolishing the shitters, it is a wonder that they managed to win a few rounds in the first place. This wasn't a possibly imbalanced team, however, with two of the better players playing on one side. Hey, Humphrey, how was your performance out there, bud? I saw you get that 3-piece with the rear vandal. Shouldn't have done. Yeah, as we all know, it's just a 50-50 game. You know, Vandal, Phantom, who knows? Everybody hopping back in. And ladies and gentlemen, that is week 2 of the Valorant stream. Hopefully, nobody sees this because holy shit, this was something to behold. Who fucking knows? I was not paying attention to the stream this whole time. Apparently, there's a lower than recommended bitrate, but I'm sure that's fine. I'm not even quite sure what that means. If you do happen to watch this, have yourself a good night.